All
So
right.
if I'm looking down, I'm sharing.
Okay. Okay. Hey, welcome, welcome. We are meeting here again on Wednesday night. I'm calling this Wealth Check Wednesday because we are really excited about sharing with you things that are working right now. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are in the network marketing space, this is for everyone. This is training for everyone to make your business what you want it to be, to get you from where you are now to where you want to be. Because no matter where you are, and I've got my business partners Paul Capozio and Angel Chandler on here,
Hi,
and
guys.
they'll tell you that you're never really, if you're in this industry, you're never really where you want to be. You always want more, right? And we always want more for our team. So I would love for the both of you to introduce yourselves, and then we'll get into, I've got some slides. We're going to talk about our daily activity, what we do and what we teach our team. So Angel, would you mind introducing yourself?
Absolutely. I'm just sharing your video right now to my Facebook. I am Angel Chandler. I am a single mom of two up in Canada. I love network marketing. I founded about 12 years ago. I am a formal legal professional. Paul and I just did a podcast yesterday where we talk about our finance backgrounds. I loved business. I love numbers. And I found network marketing 12 years ago. And it changed everything for me because it not only changed what I saw for myself and what I could do and how I could maybe get out of the 9 to 5. What was the nine? It was the 9 to 9 grind. Let's be honest. How I could get out of that and add extra to my life, but also just start to change myself and start to see better, change my circles, change the people that I was hanging out with, all of that. And so, Peg and Paul, you're a result of that change for me. So to be able to be here tonight and hang out with you guys and share a little bit of our success, our past, our what we do, how we do it, why this could be a solution for the people watching. We all have people watching us, maybe a little bit curious about what we do, maybe not, maybe a little bit negative or a little bit positive, whichever. We love to share, and the reason we share is because it actually has changed our lives, and we each have our own stories. So for me, it's the fact that I can hang out with my kids. I've always been able to be home with them, provide them a little bit of a 24/7 mom, even when I've been a single mom, which has been very cool. I haven't had to be that stereotypical single mom. So for me, that's my story. And so, yeah, I'm excited to share with people what we do and how we do it.
Angel, thank you so much. Getting to work with you is definitely one of the gifts of this business for sure. Getting to spend time with you recently was amazing. So
Okay.
Paul, I'd love for you to tell a little bit about yourself, and we're going to give you credit for this for the strategy that we are talking about tonight, the 5/5, because this is something that you brought to the team and you train on. So I want you to introduce it if you could.
Well, first, I want to say you guys just recently spent some time together. Where was that? What was that all about? That was in Jamaica, guys. We all just got back from Jamaica, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, it's true. Peg and Angel got a chance to bond there and really spend some time together. And that's kind of a great thing. And that's one of the things you can look forward to when you get the right training, you get the right coaching, to have the right daily methods of operation. I think that a lot of people think that this industry is such a mystery, and the mystery is there's no mystery to it. A little bit about me: born in Hoboken, New Jersey, if you can't tell, right? And Hoboken, New Jersey is famous for the game of baseball was invented there. Frank Sinatra is from there, and then me. And you haven't heard of me, but you heard about the other two, right? But for such a small town, it did create such a lot of interest, and it had a lot of. I mean, it's in movies on the waterfront with Marlon Brando. Great place, believe it or not, to have that early life experience, because it was a combination of the inner city with the roughness, plus it was a very family oriented town. It was very Italian and Irish, and it was a very interesting way to grow up, I have to be honest. It toughened me up a little bit, but it also taught me a lot about family and your parents and things like that. So that leads me to Wall Street really quick. Spent years and years and years there, and it was really pretty much the me mentality. It was dog eat dog. I mean, you literally wanted to ruin the guy in the office next to you because you wanted all the accounts, you wanted all the money, you wanted all the commissions. When I found this industry, I literally laughed at it. It's not a real business, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, I fell in love with a company with its products as a customer. So be careful when you're talking to your customers, because they can become some of your biggest partners. And that's what we did, right? We became 7-figure earners in this thing. And I just took it to a level that I never thought possible. But how did we do that? Consistency. And that's what we're going to talk about with 5 over 5. Guys, listen, there's no mystery here other than you're not building a pipeline. You don't have enough people to talk to. So I'm going to ask you this. If you're listening to this and you're struggling in network marketing, by the way, guys, this is not a recruiting call. We're here with an abundance mindset. If we help you become successful, all of a sudden people are going to recruit and come in our doors. Angel had a great day today. 3 new distributors came in, one in another country, 2 in Canada. Peg was on a roll. That's where the abundance mindset comes in. In fact, I think the person you just brought in, Angel, was really just somebody following me on social media, right? There was just somebody following you and watching, and that's Peg's claim to fame. So what we're going to teach you is how to make yourself visible, because many of you are invisible. And when we say you're invisible, is you're not doing some simple things to build a pipeline of people of who you're going to speak to tomorrow. So here's what I want you to ask yourself. If I was coaching you for free right now and we were on the phone and I said, let's get your top 3 prospects on the phone right now, and I'll close them for you without pressuring them, without being a fast talking, sales guy. Do you have 3 people that are in that position? And the answer for 99% of the network marketers I talk to do not have that. And that's because you're failing to build a pipeline. You're failing to fill the top of the funnel with people, with contacts, with conversations. And we're going to give you a simple 5-step system to be able to do that for free on Peg's channel. Why? Because we believe that I can give you all of our top secrets. Angel could give you all of her top secrets. Peg could give her everything she knows about social media marketing. Most of you won't use it. Most of you won't believe that that's the way we do it and that that's real. And we must be keeping some secret sauce hidden off to the side. You need to be duplicatable. So we're going to teach you a 5-step system today to make sure you have somebody to talk to tomorrow. And in this 5-step system, you're going to be able to outreach and make new connections. You're going to be able to build conversations. In fact, didn't we do a coaching on Monday night just about how to keep conversations alive and who to talk to? And if you're watching this and you don't join us on our Monday night call, shame on you. You need to be on the Monday night call, nulempowerhour.com every Monday. Peg, you're the best. Okay. Go on that call. We teach you, we dive deeper into all of this stuff. We only have a little bit of time here. And I'm sorry I'm taking up a lot of time, but I'm going to shut up now. But we're going to teach you how to make connections. We're going to talk about building conversations. We're going to talk about exposing your product or business or service to people. Then we're going to talk about following up with them. And I know people say follow up is a dirty word or whatever. Okay, never talk to them again after you send them your video and see how well you do. And then finally, getting people to make a decision. Collecting a decision is so critical. But if you don't go through those 5 steps and build it big enough, you're going to be like a chicken trying to hatch an egg one at a time. You really want to be more like a juggler, and you want to have 50, 60 balls. You ever see those guys that when they're juggling and they're playing the piano because the balls are bouncing on the keys and he's got 15 balls in the air? That's network marketing. And what you're doing is you're going to keep juggling that ball or if it's an apple, until it becomes ripe enough that it's ready to eat, right? So we're going to talk about the 5-step process. Anybody want to comment on how ridiculous my explanation just was just now, or clarify anything that I just spoke about?
No, I think it's so true. Having all those balls in the air, or all those bubbles in the funnel, right? I think it's so true. It makes us more comfortable when we're talking to people, when we know we're not just waiting for one person to say yes. right? So I think it's huge, and knowing, setting yourself a baseline, right? This is my business. This is what my activity is going to be. You don't go to work and not, just say, well, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. You don't do that. But when you're working for yourself, it's different, right? When you're working for someone else, we tend to, we set goals. So this is what we're asking you to do. So Paul, I wanted, if you could start with the first one here. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you caught me because I was trying to share this. I got to find it. So I got to.
Oh, okay.
No, it's okay. I want to share it to my page, and I want to share it, whatever. So here's another thing I want you to think about. You're going to do all of this work, right? You have to start realizing that. Stop making this so complicated. The first 2 steps that we're going to teach you, anybody could do with zero skill set. And I guarantee it's the 2 things that you're not doing that's costing you the last 3. So the first thing is 5 new connections. What are 5 new connections? 5 new connections could be something as simple as going on Facebook and try to connect with 5 people. But here's the deal. This is a daily DMO, a daily method of operation. It's things you do every single day. So if I tell you to get 5 new connections, make 5 new connections every day, it doesn't mean try to. You may have to invite 20, 30 new connections on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, in order for them to get back to you within that same 12-hour period or 24-hour period, however you want to do it, but it should be 12 to 18-hour period, where 5 people connect with you. 5 people connect. I think most people in network marketing either wait too long to do something or try to go too quick. So all I want you to do on day 1 is make 5 new connections. Now, guess what? On your first day, you could probably do a hell of a lot more than that. But I want you to do something. I want you to get your little phone out, and instead of being on Facebook right now, I want you to use a calculator. And if you made 5 new connections on Facebook for the next 120 days, how big would your friend, if you're not maxed out on Facebook, you see all of us, I'm maxed out on my regular Facebook page. I have a business professional page, right? How does that happen? It happens because we're connecting with people. If you have 300, 500, 1,000 friends on social media, you're not connecting with people. And this business, if you build on social media, I don't really build on social media, but I still run the social media game. You need to be building that 5 new connections a day for 120 days, right? You're going to double and triple the amount of people you have on social media right now. Angel, you want to comment on that? About just the connection process?
Definitely. And I think that, we talk about, if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I don't know how to spend time connecting with people and how to find them. All of us are spending at least 30 minutes a day on social media every single day. Yeah, exactly. Right. If we can show you how to take that little bit of time, even if it's 30 minutes out of your social media scrolling, and show you how to earn money, connect with people. But the one thing I want to add to what you said, Paul, is keep track of it. So if I added Paul Capozio, I want to write down in a notebook that I added Paul. If I added Peg Tucker, I'm going to write down that I added Peg, so that when they add me back, maybe there's a little bit of notes. This is why I added them. So I can say, hey, Peg, I'm so glad that you accepted my friend request. I saw that we have so many friends in common, or I saw that we have entrepreneurship in common, or we're in the same group. I wanted to add you. I'd love to connect with people, want to hear more about you and what you're doing. How hard is that, right? I'm not saying, hey, Peg, I just wanted to invite you to this Zoom, this Zoom, this Zoom. I have 500 things I'm doing, and I really want you to take a look at all of these products. And I hope that, you would see something in what I'm doing. I'm not doing that. It's, hey, I saw something in you. There's a reason we connected. I'd love to know more about you. Tell me more about what you're doing. Where do you live? What are you doing for the summer? Share more about yourself with me. I love to connect with the people that I'm friends with. The fact that we're adding people as friends means we want to be friends with them. I want to learn more about you. I want to learn about what you're doing. So I definitely just wanted to add that, Paul, about keep track of it. Be intentional with your connections. Don't just go through your suggested friends and go click, 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 click. Write it down. Why did I connect with this person? Why am I connecting with Paul? Why am I connecting with Peg? What do I see in them? What do I want to talk about? What did I notice about them? What can I connect with them on? Like, just have a reason so that when you see in your notifications, hey, Paul accepted your friend request, Peg accepted your friend request, I can go back and message them and say, this is the reason why I connected with you. I'm so glad that you accepted it. Let's connect. Let's collaborate. That word collaborate is such a big word, because it means I don't want anything from you, and I hope you don't want anything from me, but I hope that we can benefit each other in a collaboration of just talking about what we do.
Yeah. I love that, Angel, because what you said about keeping track, it goes back to what Paul said about the number that you can have in a month. If you're adding one person a day, maybe you can use your messenger as your area where you're going to stay organized and keep track of things. But if you're adding 5 people a day, 2 weeks in, that doesn't cut it, right?
Yeah.
You've got to keep track of it, and having that conversation. So I put the 5 new conversations up because you were getting into conversations, and I think I love the way you open conversations with people. For me, I oftentimes use my social media as a way to, if someone likes something that I posted, I'll use that as my enter for my conversation, to start talking with them and saying, hey, thanks so much for liking my post. What caught your attention about it? Or having the conversation with the new person, looking at their interests. I like to ask people to be friends who I have common interests with, that we have something in common. So looking at their interests and just saying, hey, thanks for accepting my friend request. I see that we have this and this in common. I'm really looking forward to connecting with you and seeing, learning more about what you do. So Paul, can you chime, from your perspective, talk about the conversations?
Sure. So let's go back a little bit, because you may be dragged into a conversation just at the connection stage. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a way to have a specific impression in the eyes of the connection that you just made. If you get a response on your very first connection, still continue and do your other 5, or invite the 20 people first, then go back to respond. Don't be in such a rush. Now, this is stuff you've probably heard before. It's really nothing new and unique, but are you putting it into practice? And the reason we're teaching this on a DMO, people have done trainings just on how to connect with people and start conversations on social media. Guys, we're assuming you have a little bit of that skill set, and if not, go back and watch some of our other videos. But when you're doing this connecting phase and you're getting into conversations, I agree, keep track of it, but don't make your decision on who a prospect is yet. So here's what I want to tell you. A prospect is someone who's expressed interest in you and what you do. They're not even a lead yet. There's someone who, like, a lead is someone who says, oh my God, you have that new hairspray, or you're doing that crypto thing, or whatever it may be that you're into. That's a lead. Anything before that is just a connection or a conversation. A prospect is someone who has an interest in you and you think they may fit and become a lead. So many of you don't know the difference in that definition, and that's why you're beating your head against the wall. And to build leads, you must have a mountain of connections. Delete that down to a hill of prospects, which is going to give you a handful of leads. But a handful of leads will change your business, will change your life. But you're not getting there. So let's talk about conversations. I call it mashed potatoes. It used to be, and still to a certain extent, that people love to put pictures of food on social media, or their dog, or their relationship, or their vacation. There's your conversation right there. It's not, oh my God, if you had my hairspray on vacation, your hair wouldn't look like that. Or if you had my toothpaste, you wouldn't have gray teeth. That's not a conversation. And sometimes that's when people go too quick. You go too quick. So conversation starts with real, true conversation. Now, by the way, here's the secret. If you don't learn how to do this quickly, and have these build micro rapport. And we could teach you about micro rapport. We don't have enough time here today of building micro rapport. You're going to spend way too much time. Remember the juggler, don't sit on one egg at a time. You want to be that juggler keeping a lot of balls in the air. When you get to the point where you have an active conversation going on and you cannot get back to everyone in a timely fashion, and you get the first thing like, I was going to join your organization, but you didn't get back to me for 2 days, so I'm not going to join somebody else. That's what I want to happen for you. That means you're doing enough work to generate enough interest and building enough connections and having enough conversations. Until you have stuff falling out of your funnel, you're never going to build this business properly. And that may sound a little tough, but it's the truth. You need to be building it so big and so wide, those of you who are in matrix type plans, or in a binary so deep, right, that you need to have all of those people in there. You got to think bigger. If you're one person away from your next rank, and that's all you're focused on, you'll never get to the top rank. If you're one person away from your current rank, well, that means you're 20 people or 500 people away from your next rank. That's what you focus on, not the one from the current rank. You're 500 away from your next rank advancement. If you don't think that way, you're going to be here. And so many people say it takes 6 to 7 years to build a network marketing business, right? And if you do that and you make a 6 and 7 figure income, it's a really great lifestyle. But what I'm going to tell you is we could easily at Lion Pride Academy shave 2 years off your build if you follow 5/5. Anybody else? I'm really convicted about this because I know this works because I built a multi-million-dollar income, not revenue, income organization off of this system.
No, I know, Paul, and I know that you started, just by carving out 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the afternoon or evening, or while you were watching, something.
I wasn't watching Hallmark movies.
Right.
And where was I, Peg? You're a great, you started as a student, now you became my partner. And where was I doing the first 15 minutes of the day?
I'll let you take
on the toilet, literally on the toilet, sitting there, getting my day started. That's where my first 15 minutes. So 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. And I gradually added time to that as the results were coming in, right? Don't take your whole Saturday off and don't cut the grass and don't clean the kitchen and don't do the dishes because you're going to build your network marketing business. Because if you're just getting started, you don't have that much work to do. So who's going to take exposing themselves? I mean, new exposures.
Well, what I would like to say about exposures is, I think if you have an authentic conversation and you're not just complimenting the person, you don't want to just know their dog or what color the carpet is in their living room. You want to take the conversation in a way that you can help them to take a look at something that can help them, right? So like the way Angel approaches people in the way she starts a conversation of, I'd love to collaborate with you. That's really, that's authentic, right? You're not pretending, oh, we're going to be best friends, right? You're letting them know, hey, I've got something that I can help you with. You can help me with, we can work together. I really like that. I like when people comment on something on a piece of social media that I've done that is about a problem, because I can get right into talking about that problem and have a conversation with them about it, asking them more about it, asking them to tell me more about how it makes them feel, letting them know if it's something that I can identify with or that someone I know can. And then I can say to them, I've got something that I actually do that I work with that can help you with that. I'd love to give you some information, or I'd love to invite you to, we have a call on Monday nights. I'd love to invite you to our call. We have free training. We have a website. I can help you. Would you be open to taking a look? So this is, I think exposures can be a video that you send them about a product that can help them. It can be inviting them to your a presentation. It can be inviting them to an event if you have a local event. All of these are exposures. It can be inviting them to a call. I very frequently do calls with my business partners, with Paul and Angel. And I said, you know what, that's a really great question. That sounds just like something that Angel knows a lot about, and let me get her on the phone. Or, Paul can really address this. Let me get Paul on the phone. That's an exposure. So I'd love to hear from you guys from your perspective a little more about how do you feel about that first exposure, Angel?
That first exposure for me is huge. I think that, we talk about the power of 5 in when we train. I was going to put these glasses on to try to be like super smart, but I actually can't see through them. I was like, since my hair is up, let me be super smart and let me put these on. But
I need mine. So, you're doing this.
Okay, Paul. So no. The power of 5 for us is the power of 5 in a conversation, right? I think that's one thing that we're really missing out on in not only our company, the industry, in how to expose people. We look at exposures and think, oh my God, I got to send them a video, a tool. I got to invite them. No, exposures can just be to other people. Today I got Paul on a call. I was having a great call with a woman, and it was just like, oh my God, Paul needs to be on this call. And that's an exposure, right? Even though I'm not sending her a link or a video or anything, I'm exposing her to who I work with, who can support her, who can see things in her and pull them out of her, right? So don't get so intimidated by step 3, where it's so easy to do connections. It's so easy to do conversations. Maybe for some people it's not. The exposures at that point can be like, oh, I don't know how to get there. Hey, Paul, it's been so great talking to you. I would love to bring you into a group of people that I work with, just where you can get to know them, what we do, or maybe he's shared that he's interested in my products or my business. I want to get him into a conversation with people that I work with, people that I know that will have the same vibe as him, the same energy, and he's going to benefit from that, right? I'm not doing anything wrong with that. I'm not, being pushy or salesy. It's just, hey, get to know these people too. I like you so much. Oh my gosh, you have to meet these people too. And that's it. And if he doesn't like that, then guess what? He's not my person. He's not a part of my tribe. He's not a part of what I'm doing here, right? But if he's like, oh my God, I met this person and they're so great, that's awesome. He's going to feel everybody's energy. So for me, exposures is like the most exciting step, because we're sharing something with them. That's their first step in the process. We're leading people down a path. Everybody wants to be led in steps. We're led in steps when we join a job, when we're trained. Everything is a step-by-step process. Network marketing is also step-by-step. When you're bringing somebody into your business, it's step-by-step. How are you leading them down the path? If they choose this, go this way. If they choose this, go that way. How do you know how to learn how to lead them the right way in what they need? And that's really what I think, I feel that we teach as a team, Peg, Paul, myself, Danny. That's what we do. And I think it's unique, maybe a little bit, in that we do teach people that way. So I don't know, Peg, if that answered anything.
No, I appreciate, Angel, that I've taken that from you of, okay, the next step is going to be, because people do want to know what is the next step. Like, yeah. We are the leaders in this, and you're establishing yourself as a leader right in that first conversation, or in that conversation, and that's our job, right?
Yeah.
So Paul, do you want to share a little bit about how you feel about exposures?
And Angel handled it brilliantly. So did you, Peg, when you led into it. Is the fact that exposures are not just sending them the company video or sending them this training video or this is the one that everybody's using. Well, guess what? A lot of times that doesn't answer enough questions, or people just have an aversion to it. All right. If your business is not exploding and you're doing the video that everybody's telling you to do, you got to change it up a little bit. And sometimes putting people on a training call is more powerful than putting them on an opportunity call. Now, we're going to do an opportunity call. I'm doing an opportunity call tonight. In fact, I have one going on in Korea at the same time. I have one going on in the United States and Canada at the same exact time tonight. I'm going to be on my phone on one. I'm going to be on my computer on the other. That's where this business will take you if you start exposing people to opportunity calls or training calls or group calls or a call like this, or even one of our training calls that have nothing to do with your company and nothing to do with our company, that people know there's a place to go to do this right. Because most people, if they know it's network marketing and they know they got to sell stuff or they know they got to be in some sort of program, right? And they're still not saying yes, it's because they don't know if they can do it. So you need to expose them to the coaching and the training. When I was building on LinkedIn very early on in my network marketing career, which is only a few short 6 years ago, people would tell me, Paul, you sound like a really great guy, but I joined one of these things before, and the guy kept telling me, you're not bringing me the right people. I'm not going to waste any time with you on the phone if you're not going to bring me people who are ready to get started. And that person didn't know how to do it. And he didn't know what he was doing wrong. And many of these people were top-notch sales professionals, right? And we think there is a difference to this business. So you'll never get to step 3 without a ton of step 1, which is going to filter down to a little bit less of step 2. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're watching this for the first time, step 1 and step 2, you need to do start collecting those people today. Start collecting the connections. Start making the conversations. People will tell you who they are. Oh, Paul, he ghosted me. I had a conversation going and he stopped. He just told you he's not right for the business or not ready for the business. We learn from people. We don't you're only upset about that person who's ghosting you because you're only working the person who's ghosting you. If you're working 30, you're happy you're getting ghosted on some because you don't have the time. Let's go to the next one, Peg. We're running long.
So follow-ups. I think if you've had a conversation with someone and you know what their problems are, you know what their goals are, you can follow up with value, right? You can follow up and say, hey, Mary, when we talked, you were struggling with this and what you really wanted was to do this. And how is that going? Has anything changed for you? We have an event tonight that I think would really shine a light on that, right? You can make it another invite. If a follow-up isn't, hey, are you ready yet? Right? But you want to follow up and give them some value and acknowledge that, hey, we had this conversation. You want to let them know that you are there for them, that you're there to support them and lead them. Angel, do you want to share on that?
I do. And I think that this step is so easy to teach people, but one of the things that they won't do.
Right.
I just have a day where I do follow-ups, right? It's like you have your list of people, you have the list of what you need to do. Even if I contacted you 2 days ago, I'm going to follow up and say, we talk about a follow-up Friday. If it's a follow-up Friday and you're going to follow up with somebody, hey, Peg, I know we just talked a couple of days ago. I just wanted to let you know, this is my business and this is how I run it. I always touch or contact the people that I've talked to this week today. So let me know if there's anything you need from me. If not, and you're just ready to go into the weekend, I'm so excited for you. Let's connect next week. I'll make sure to reach out to you next Friday. But I just wanted to let you know, this is the day that I reach out to the people that I've talked to about my products, about the business, and would love to answer any questions you have, connect you with other people, lead you to that next step. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And I think that we get a little weird, especially if it's friends or family, right? Where we don't know how to differentiate between business and social relationships. And it's like, hey, Peg, even though we're like great friends, we hang out every single weekend, Friday is my business day. We talked about business. I just want to let you know, this is what I do on Fridays. So let me know what you need from me. I would love to lead you into that next step on getting on my products, getting into the business. If not, no problem. I'll connect with you next Friday. Like, we're all busy. It's okay to say that. Hey, I know that you said that you're busy with blah, blah, blah. Just wanted to let you know this is what I do on Fridays. It's setting that precedent that people understand that you are treating this as a business. This is your priority. This is what you do every single Friday. And I think that people respect that. If somebody reaches out to me and says, hey, this is just what I do every single Friday, and I just wanted to touch you and make sure you're okay. Did you get enough from me? Do you need anything more? Where are you at? Like, what are you thinking? I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this person's so pressuring me. Like, I can't believe they're so salesy. I'm going to be like, wow, really cool that they are so organized and respectful of their business and mindful of me, that they're reaching out to me. So that's kind of the follow-ups I love. Again, yeah.
That was so cool, Angel. I wrote so much. I took so much notes when you were saying that, because I love the follow-up Friday. I love that even with friends, like you said, you're putting your business hat on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk business now. So, I just want to say, if you're watching this right now, drop a 1 in the comments if you got value out of that, because I just think that was a golden nugget right there, because it really makes it clear that this is my business. I'm serious about this. So I really, really appreciate this. And
and I just want to take that a little bit one step further, Peg, just like not to interrupt you, but we've had people in our team before say, I don't know how to transition from the friend or the neighbor to the business. And it's totally okay to be like, we're cool in our friendship, but this is business now. And you said you wanted this. So now you're going to see a different me, right? Now you're going to see this me when we're in business time, but I'm still your friend, right? It's okay to do that. You're backing them up in their decision.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. Thank you for that. Paul, share a little bit about your feeling on follow-up.
I love when people try to sell you these courses and say, you don't want to follow up, you don't ever want to follow up, and they're going to say circle back. Guys, it's just another method of follow-up that they want to change the phraseology of it. Or when people say, don't ever recruit again and join us at this, and your upline doesn't know what they're talking about. It's all the same thing. It's all recruiting, or it's all training and coaching, and we call different things to make it exciting. You must follow up. You must follow up with me. You want to call it something different? Go right ahead. When you break up your leg, the doctor gives you crutches. Angel just gave you the most comfortable pair of crutches that you could ever use to get started in network marketing with Follow-Up Fridays. This is the day that so I'm not going to give you anything more than that, because that is probably the tip of this entire live. That you use that, this is my day to do that. That works more for you than it does for your prospect or your lead. What she gave you is a great crutch that nobody could see. It's powerful. We're trying to make this business easy for you and give you these little ways that we trick our own minds into being successful until we build up that confidence that, oh my God, I could do this. Oh my God, that Paul Capozio is not as smart as I thought he was on the first video, because now that I'm seeing him for like another year, I'm realizing I could do it too. That's duplication. As many people who can do what I do as good as I do it, or hopefully better, is how I become successful. It's how you become successful. So find the crutches. Angel, that was powerful. I think it was the tip of the day. Again, reiterate, 5 new connections a day on Monday. On Tuesday, you're still doing 5 new connections on Tuesday, and you're starting with 5 new conversations. On Wednesday, you're doing 5 new connections again. So now you got 15. You got 10 new conversations going, and you got 5 new exposures. You're starting to send out videos to those people that you spoke to on Monday. And then the follow-ups. And I want you to extrapolate all of these numbers a year from now and where your business would be. Because when you get to 5 connections, 5 conversations a day, 5 exposures a day, 5 follow-ups, and you do this for 90 days, you will be collecting decisions. What's a decision? Yes, Peg, I will join your business. Peg, I've been following you for the last 90 days, and I've been seeing that, you connected with me 90 days ago, and we've been chatting back and forth, and I've been watching your videos, and I've been looking at your Facebook pages, and you did reach out to me and said, can you give me any more information? And I'm ready to get started. That's how this system works. You're not doing enough step 1 and step 2. You'll never get to step 3. You'll never have anything to do in step 5. Can you do 5 follow-ups today? If you're watching us today, can you do 5 real follow-ups that your knees are not knocking? Because guess what? A follow-up with a positive prospect is so much easier than a follow-up with somebody you're trying to force into your business. Mm-hmm. And then a follow-up that's looking forward to your call is a real easy decision to collect. I'm going to hand it back to you guys so we can wrap it up.
So the decision, of course, Paul, comes after you've done everything else, right? After you've planted all the seeds. But they are. It is amazing when you have planted those seeds. It is amazing how easy it can go, right? It is. It's like you've laid the path, and I do agree 100% that Angels follow up Friday, and this is what I do on Fridays, and I think that was the golden nugget of this entire live. Angel, if you want to just say something about I'm sorry, got a phone call coming in. Sorry. If you want to just say something about the collecting a decision and then take us out and tell us about Lion Pride Academy.
Absolutely. So guys, collecting the decision, don't let that be the step that you miss out on. Don't do all 4. Don't do even all 3 without the 4 and 5. Collecting the decision is the most important. And I think it was Dr. Phil, where it was like, people who get what they want, ask for it. The people who don't. Write that down if you need to. If you want what you want, ask for it. The people who don't get what they want, don't ask for it. Biggest decision or biggest lesson that I ever learned in collecting a decision was when I saw somebody else join in my company with somebody else, and they were a builder. And I contacted my upline and I said, hey, they were supposed to join with me. And the answer that person gave them when they connected with them and they said, hey, Angel says that she connected with you. They said, she didn't ask me. I gave everything. I did steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. I didn't do 5. 5 is the most important. Don't be afraid to say, hey, Paul, is there anything else that you need to know or any questions I can answer for you before you're ready to get started, before you're ready to buy the product, before you're ready to join the team, before whatever your next step is, maybe your service, like I don't know what your products are or what you're doing, but whatever that next step would be for Paul, don't be afraid to ask for that. That's collecting the decision. You're saying, and he'll say, no, Angel, I'm ready, or yes, Angel, I need more information. So then we go to the next step, right? It's always like, are we at this? Think of the boxes that we see when we see people describe funnels, right? It's like yes or no. If it's yes, you go this way. If it's no, you go this way. That's what your business is. So it's yes, you need to do this. If it's no, you do this, right? Write that out for yourself. Write these steps out for yourself. Have them on a whiteboard in front of you if you need to. Okay, so this is the connections, conversations, follow-ups, decisions. If they say this, I do this. Know what you need to do. Systems and strategies are key. That's what we do with our team. That's why we're successful, because we know that we have to keep it simple. We have to be able to point people in a direction to be able to have success. And that's it. If they don't have direction, they won't have success unless they're an anomaly and they're like this gold nugget that you found, which is like very rare, right? So know that has to be done. Know that decision has to be collected. This is a decision business. Don't be afraid of it. Get comfortable with it. It's going to feel like you're going to want to throw up the first time that you ask for it. It's going to feel like you want to throw up the second time and the third time. But eventually you're just like, hey, this feels okay. And then I can just do it. And then, hey, boom, 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 boom. I'm asking for it. And it gets comfortable, and you have to get comfortable with it. If you want to change your life, get comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that's just what we have to do. So Lion Pride Academy, guys, we put these trainings up. We have a special area for our team, which you'll see, which is the VIP area. We're creating a Peg area, which is going to be her own page for her trainings and stuff that we do on Wednesdays. So all of these training on Wednesdays are going to be up there on Peg's page for her to share with you. We have the training on how to do $500 to $1,500 in the next 90 days. You'll see our team. You'll see what we do. You'll see that we're a little bit different. We all come with different backgrounds. We all come with very different needs and different wants and why we came into network marketing. But we've come together as a team to create success and a longevity that you're not going to see elsewhere, because I swear right now you're just seeing people jump on shiny objects and say, this is what you want to do. And we're not that team. So if you're looking for people that will give you that that grounded footwork and that framework for success, that's us. And that's what we're going to do. And I'm so proud to work with these two and so excited. Join us tonight. You have to come tonight. If you've watched this, you must come tonight at 9:00 Eastern to go ahead.
Even if you're not looking for an opportunity, come to see how we do an opportunity call. Learn from us, right? You don't have to join anything. You don't have to buy anything. Come and look at how we do a presentation. You might like it. You may hate it. You may say, oh my God, it was too long. It's too short. It doesn't have enough information. It's got too much information. Come and look at it. I want to do this too. You and a small group of people doing the 5/5 system consistently for 2 years can generate up to 4,500 exposures. With a 10% closing ratio, you and a group of 20 people in your organization could grow it to 4,500 people just by doing 5/5 every day with a handful of people for 2 years. Many of you have been in this industry for way more than 2 years and don't have even 100 or 200 people in your organization. Imagine doing this. It's a law of numbers. We don't treat people like numbers, but we got to put numbers up on the board. And those numbers become partners. And those partners become wealthy. And that's your goal, is to get them successful. That's the key to network marketing. Guys, join with us. Do something different. Do something new. Do something unique. And I promise to shave in time for the next meeting.
Join with Peg.
Join with Peg. And we're so excited. If you're a Peg fan, you're going to have all Peg's trainings right there on Light and Bright Academy. Go be a Peg fan. Okay?
Listen, I just want to say thank you. You guys are on fire tonight. I love you both. So grateful for you hopping on here, talking to my audience. And thank you so much. Thanks everybody for being on.
It was a lot of fun tonight. I don't think I'm going to shave.